Hey guys, it's Nate with Sauce Ain't the Boss here again, and today is day number 7 of me giving up alcohol forever, which marks a full week, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about how that week has gone as a whole and all the positive things that have happened in my life from giving up alcohol. The title of this video is It's So Bright, and the little picture I put in the beginning there, my kids would say, "That's cringe, Dad." I guess that means it's cringy, but you know, I've probably already lost the Cool Dad of the Year award with all the drinking I've done, so maybe I can come in a close second at some point. But anyway, the first thing I'd like to start by saying is, when you give up drinking, you have to also set your sights on the future, because now you have a new life. You're moving away further and further from your old life. And, what does your future look like? We're all gifted with an imagination. And can you imagine your life now with alcohol behind you? If you're on this journey with me, welcome. And whatever day you're on, day 1, day 7, like I am, imagine your life in the future now that you're not a drinker. What does that look like? I got to tell you, mine looks bright. For the first time, I'm thinking I actually have a future. I don't know how many times I thought to myself, how long can I keep drinking? Where am I going to end up? 6 feet under, because it does kill you slowly. We've talked about that. And I really couldn't see myself going into my 50s, 60s, 70s as a drinker. And so now that this is behind me and I get to move forward, I'm really excited. The future looks bright. And I think that it's important to use your imagination and imagine yourself continuing as a drinker and continuing as a non-drinker, and which future looks brighter, And so that's something a little bit sombering to think about, I guess, continuing to drink and what that's going to look like. But it's something that maybe is a good thing to actually stand back and do, so you can kind of evaluate those two realities. None of us have a time machine. We can't go back and stop drinking in the past, and we can't go forward and see what life's going to look like. But we can kind of use some educated guesses in our imagination to kind of figure that out, And so some of the most positive things in the last week have been that my 2 sons have really started to open up to me again. It's kind of sad to say, but as a drinker, I was never abusive, either verbally, physically with my kids or anything like that. I think the brunt that they got for me not drinking, from me drinking, was just that I wasn't present. I mean, I can remember my kids having to come up to me and ask me the same questions 2 or 3 times because, I was a bottle of wine in or however many beers in or whatever, and just not the present good father that I could have been had I not been drinking. So that brings me a little bit of sadness, to be honest with you. And all I can do, though, is regret, is one of those things that is, but it doesn't do any good to think about it and regret things. But all you can do now is move forward and make the best life for yourself possible now that you're not a drinker. And just in this short week of not doing it, they're talking to me more about things. I took them both into town today. We had to do some shopping, and took my one son to jiu-jitsu, and just the whole vibe in the car was completely different. I think that they sense a change in me, and they're welcoming it, and with my wife, it's been the exact same way. We had a little bit of a stressful situation. I have 3 teenagers living in the house now. I'm raising my 2 boys, and then my nephew is living with me now, and we're finishing his summer school so he can get his diploma. I got him his driver's permit. He's learning how to drive, so I've got 3 teenage boys learning how to drive, so we needed to get another car in the family. And anyway, I bought this used car, and I did all my homework, that I know how to do to make sure the car was going to be good transportation for my family. And anyway, after a few days after buying it, the thing started overheating. And, I changed the thermostat, did all the things that seemed to be the obvious problem. And anyway, long story short, it ends up being a blown head gasket. And a lot of us know that's a pain in the butt to fix. And so, in my old days, I would have lost my cool, lost my crap about that and just flipped one, But For the first time, and not having alcohol, I would have imagined it to be even worse. But I dealt with the situation calmly, and I said to my wife, you know what? We've bought lots of cars over the years. We've made money on some of the cars, fixing them up and these types of things. And every once in a while, you take risks, you lose. It really. She was pretty upset about it too. Here we're trying to do a nice thing for our kids, and it ends up kind of blowing up in our face, so to speak. So, but she was so thankful that I dealt with it the way I did, and I got to thinking about that. Like, how many times did I deal with something like such an a-hole? When I was drinking, and I was kind of, I'll be honest, amazed that I was able to deal with this in the way I did compared to my old drinking self. And, number one, my relationship with my family has drastically improved. My finances, when I was drinking, I was spending about $200 a week on my drinking. I know that sounds insane, and it is. So I've saved $200 in the last week. So the money I'm going to lose on this car, part of it's covered there, that's a positive thing. And I've started viewing everything just more positive. And that's the other thing. My number two would probably be my mental well-being is so much clearer. I'm dealing with things better. I'm more positive than I used to be. Alcohol is a depressant. So when you're putting this depressant in your body all the time, you're going to just be kind of a Debbie Downer, and I definitely was. And I'm seeing that change. Number three would probably be physical changes. I mean, I've lost a couple pounds. It hasn't been dramatic, but, my pants are a little looser, and that's a good thing, I guess. More energy. I slept okay last night. Wasn't the greatest. I've learned with this quitting drinking thing, because I've done it before and to no avail. This time, like I say, is different, but it's always about a month before the sleep settles in. So if you're experiencing that and you're on this journey with me on day 7, day 1, wherever you're starting, by the way, welcome if you are. That's going to be about a month before that settles in. Maybe sooner, maybe later, but it's normal. So just, understand that. So the other things that I've noticed is just my life is better in just about every way. And alcohol is something that's behind me now, in the sense of every time I think about it, I think about this week, where I am now and where I was, and all the positive things. And it's like I said in yesterday's video, you have to start viewing alcohol as a toxic substance that does zero good for your life. And the sooner you can get there, I know for me, it was almost like a kind of a switch one day. And I've never had this before. Again, I've tried quitting drinking in the past, and I've always viewed alcohol as somehow this like magical thing that made everything better, that added value to my life, like I mentioned. And so when I flipped that switch, that holy crap, this stuff is nothing good. Everything is starting to fall in line and change for me. And I really hope, you guys, if you're struggling with alcohol, can flip that switch. And it's one of those things that every time you think of alcohol in a positive way or a pining after way, oh, I miss it, immediately switch it. And it's a constant reprogramming, because how long have we been looking at alcohol as something positive? For decades, years, whatever it's been for you, So it's going to be, a gradual process. And to be honest with you, like I said, I've tried quitting in the past, and I've been working on this, for years, trying to really wrap my brain around what alcohol was and how bad it really is for me. So I think the switch finally clicking has probably taken longer than a week, but it's something, and maybe you have too, have been working on that in your head of how bad this stuff actually is, and that it serves no value in your life whatsoever. So continue, just keep reiterating that to yourself every time you look at alcohol in some kind of positive way. And it's repetitive, But how long have we been brainwashed by the advertising companies, by society, that alcohol is somehow good for you? It's gone on for years and years, ever since we were honestly born. It's always been, some kind of thing to drink, as a positive thing in people's lives. And it's really just a bunch of BS, to be honest with you. So yeah, 1 week in, feeling great. A lot of you guys have been leaving some great comments down below, and I really appreciate those. This wasn't an easy thing for me to do and put myself out there. It leaves you a little vulnerable and kind of just, this isn't something I would normally do. So I'm glad that some of you are getting something out of it. That means a lot to me because, not only is this holding me accountable moving forward, but I really hope it helps somebody else because, like I said, when I was going through YouTube, I was wanting to find something that was a day-by-day thing that somebody was going through that I could follow along with. And when this is all said and done and I'm a year into it, 2 years into it, because I'm not stopping this. This is going to continue like a freight train. And I'm definitely committed to you to do a video every day for a year through this process. And then after that, I may take a little bit of a breather and some time off from a daily video. But, I'm not going anywhere. I'm in this for the long haul in this channel. And I'm not here to make money on this thing. It's all about helping people and making myself accountable. Yeah. Somebody left a comment down below in one of my videos about Alan Carr's books. And the guy, I've read a lot of books on alcohol and seen a lot of videos, but I can't remember the name of the books. It's something about learning to control alcohol is one of them. And anyway, at the end of the book, it's really not about controlling alcohol. It's about giving it up. But Alan Carr, A-L-L-E-N, Carr, if you could get his books, they're very helpful. A lot of things about, like I'm talking about, changing your view on alcohol. So if you're looking for something to help, I would highly recommend his books. You can get them on audiobook too to listen to. I was listening to a podcast the other night about a review of his books, and it's really pretty incredible how a lot of this stuff about alcohol being good is, like I said, just in our minds and society, and flipping that switch. And I know I'm pounding this in so hard because I never realized how important that switch is to flip. And if I could give you one piece of advice moving forward with your journey on quitting alcohol, it's learning to view it differently, feel about it differently, as just nothing good for your life. And your future is going to be so much more bright when you leave it behind you. And don't look at it, as something that, again, that you pine after, and that I'm giving up alcohol. That term, you're giving something up. No, you're not. You're creating a wonderful future. You're not giving anything up. You're putting something that was trash in the trash and leaving it behind you and never going back. And when you go to events down the road, and this is way behind you, and somebody offers you a drink, you're not an alcoholic. You're just not a drinker. No, I'm sorry. I don't drink. Thank you very much. And move on. Again, back to the 1 week mark here, going great, full speed ahead. Again, I'm really thankful for all your positive comments and thumbs up and subscriptions to this channel here. And if you're getting something out of it, that means a lot to me. Yeah, another video, day number 8 tomorrow. Super excited about it. Again, once this stuff is behind you, your future is going to be so much more bright. And, for me, I can actually see a future for a change versus not knowing what was going to happen, what the heck, So thanks for watching this one, guys. Again, remember, the sauce ain't the boss. You are. You guys have a great day.